Hi, welcome to another Miss Jenny's ReVideo where I, Miss Jenny, will review and recommend something. Bookseller Recommend Edition.
Here's a book, open the book, Bookseller Recommends.
Today, I have a book to talk about. Everybody's usually used to me talking about movies, obviously. But today I'm going to talk about a book that I just read. It's called Cast Member Confidential. It's by Chris Mitchell. So let me tell you a little bit about this book. If you are a Disney fan, this is definitely a book that you should read, but there are a couple things that you should know. This book is a biography about a gentleman who worked at Disney, and he wrote about the tales and stories about people who worked for Disney as well back in the late 90s. There's a lot of sex and drugs, and there's not really violence, so that's good, but there's definitely a lot of sex and drug use in here, along with other strange things that happen, and a lot of personalities. So it's really nice to pull back the curtain on the Disneyfication of everything and read from somebody's perspective who worked there. There are a couple interesting things that happen. You find out that most people who work for Disney live kind of in the same area. They call it the Disney ghetto. And here in this I guess it's an apartment complex, it seems to be, there's always a party or somebody's doing something at somebody's house. There's always a party almost every night, and things apparently get crazy. Chris is the main character of this story, so it's told through his eyes, but there's just something about his character that I didn't really latch onto very much. I did enjoy the book. I enjoyed the concept of the book. I enjoy the Disney of the book because I am a Disney fan. I love the parks. I love behind the scenes things. But there was something about his character that didn't sit well with me. Like, he was almost unlikable. Like, he was very screw the establishment kind of guy. So when he went to Disney and throughout the year that he worked there, he kind of conformed, which is nice, but he also worked the underground system in a way to boost his social status, which is fine. I didn't have a problem with that, but it was very, on some levels, shallow and very high school, I guess, with, face characters were like the popular kids, and if you were in the entertainment but you were just a fur character, you were not as socially popular. People don't want to sit with you. And if you are not an on-stage worker, like if you were a maintenance person or somebody who worked after hours cleaning up or things of that nature, then you were at the very bottom. So our main character, he is a photographer. He left his photography world in LA. He used to shoot sports photography, so think of the X Games. He went to Disney to get away from some of his family issues, which I thought was the relatable part to his character. But I keep saying character, but it is a biography. Kinda. You can tell that there was just a lot of stories put together in a streamline of conscious. I don't know how much actually happened to him personally and whatnot, because it's a lot that kind of happens. But I think it's definitely worth a read. So this is not a hard recommendation for me. If you like Disney, if you like Disney parks, you wanted to see the things that happen to the people who work there, it's okay. If it had a different name, it'd probably be like Disney and Deceit, just because of how many people are just really not good people that you run into. But It was a good read. I read it in a essentially one day, which for me is a lot. So it's a fast read, and I did learn that there are different kind of guests viewed by the Disney cast members that are people to look out for. Like, I didn't realize that there were like collectors, like Disney collectors, people who would steal things off of characters, like a patch off of a costume, or people who collect like the napkins from like Tomorrowland, that kind of thing. I didn't really think about. It completely makes sense. People are crazy. So that kind of uh, information really is interesting to me. Anyway, I'm always looking for more trivia about theme parks. Disney in particular, because there are so many parks, there's so much more that you can find, but I'm always open to hear about Six Flags. I love hearing about Sesame Place. I love hearing about SeaWorld and all of these other theme parks. There's just something about learning about the history of the parks and the way that they're engineered and the different rides and the experiences. I just love theme parks. So when I picked this up, I was really excited. I wasn't necessarily let down. It's just the main character was hard to I wouldn't want to be friends with him. But if you guys are a Disney fanatic kind of like me and want to know more about the parks, then you should pick up this Cast Member Confidential by Chris Mitchell. Thank you for watching another Miss Jenny's ReVideo, where I, Miss Jenny, review and recommend something. Who knows what I'm going to talk about next? I usually don't until I do. What? Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you guys all next week with something very special. Bye!